Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Mastery series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. Today, as per usual, we do have a brand new team here. I've just been trying out a lot of cool things and we're just going to go ahead and see how this team works. So as you can see here, we've got some cool Pokemon. We've got Cinderace. I think Cinderace is probably the most noteworthy Pokemon on this team because Cinderace, unfortunately, is not so commonly used anymore in Battle Stadium. It was like one of the best Pokemon in the last generation in Sword and Shield. And of course, they did nerf Libero and Protean, which are basically the same thing. They nerfed them for Gen 9, so you only change your typing once per like time that you enter the battle, if that makes sense. So, you know, it used to be where every time you would use a different move, you would always change to that type of move. So if I use High Jump Kick, I'm a fighting type. Then if I use Iron Head the next turn, I become a steel type. However, now if I go into Cinderace, I go Iron Head, I become a steel type. But if I go High Jump Kick, because I'm already a steel type, I actually do not change to a fighting type until I switch out again. So again, they've kind of nerfed it, unfortunately, but it's still a solid ability. Meowscarada is, I think, one of the most popular, one of the most powerful Pokemon in the current regulation. And Meowscarada, of course, does have Protean, so it can still be a really powerful ability, but once again, Cinderace just does not see that much play. So I'm going to talk more about Cinderace right now because it's kind of, like I said, the most unconventional Pokemon on my team. I wanted to lead with it just because I felt like it had a good matchup against a lot of common leads in the meta, and with these 4 moves and Choice Band, it just hits really hard. And Pokemon just don't typically expect it. Honestly, one common lead that I was kind of having trouble with was Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales, because it can set up screens and then just tank a lot of hits, and it can be just kind of annoying to deal with. So Cinderace with Iron Head can kind of just blast through it. If they don't have a Focus Sash, they're dead. Also, High Jump Kick and Pyro Ball are just really strong, and then because we're Choice Band, I just figured using U-Turn is pretty good for Cinderace. And Stellar Terra type, of course, further boosts the power of my moves once I Terastallize. And with Protean, of course, I can change my type anyway, so if I want a defensive typing, you know, I can Iron Head preemptively or something like that. But either way, Cinderace is still strong. We're going to see how good it can be in this video. And then kind of just going back through the rest of the team. I mean, none of these Pokemon are surprising. I've used pretty much every single one of these Pokemon in some form. A lot of them I've used many, many times. So we've got this Dragapult set. I know I'm jumping around a lot because I'll talk about Primarina last because that's another one that I haven't really used too much. But Dragapult, it's like one of my favorite Pokemon. I know in earlier Scarlet and Violet, I used a lot of Choice Specs Dragapult. That's basically what this set is. Except I didn't want to have, you know, too many Pokemon with Choice Specs. The goal with this Dragapult set is to just do a lot of damage. I have the White Herb item, which resets my stats once I use Draco Meteor. So basically I can use like 2 Draco Meteors without the special attack drop. Once again, I have Stellar Terra type to power up my moves even further. And I am a modest nature just to hit as hard as possible. You know, when people see Dragapult, they kind of either expect like screens or maybe like Will-O-Wisp support or maybe physical offense. So they don't often expect a strong special attacker from Dragapult. Corviknight, you know, pretty self-explanatory. This one's max special attack, or I'm sorry, max HP, max special defense with the Iron Defense Body Press set. I've used this set multiple times and, you know, it's really good. It's just a great defensive Pokemon. And then that Garchomp set is another one that I used a lot in the earlier stages of Scarlet and Violet singles. It is Focus Sash with max attack, max speed. And the goal is just to kind of set up Stealth Rock, survive any hit, and then just do a lot of damage. And Dragon Tail, of course, kind of forces the switch. Terra Blast, you know, I might switch that for a different move, but, you know, having a Fire-type coverage move is pretty good. And, you know, typically I lead with Garchomp, so having, you know, a Pokemon that I lead with a unique Terra type, that might not always work super well because you don't want to Terastallize on turn 1 typically, but, you know, it's been working. Finally, we have my offensive Porygon 2. It's max HP, max special attack with Eviolite, which still tanks hits really, really well, and then it's got 3 pretty solid moves all around. And then finally, we've got Choice Specs Primarina. Primarina is yet another Pokemon that's actually in a really good position in the meta, and, you know, with Choice Specs here, we can just do massive amounts of damage that the opponent might not be expecting, right? If they have like Archildon or something like that and they're not really expecting me to do like a huge burst of damage, I might be able to like one-hit KO them with a Moonblast or something like that. I originally had like Aqua Jet and Flip Turn on this build. I honestly could probably afford to maybe swap out Psychic Noise for one of those moves. But I like having, I mean, Sparkling Aria is just a really solid, you know, water type move. And then Hydro Pump is just there for situations where I just want to do as much damage as possible. So we'll see how this all works out. And then Terrafire, of course, is a really solid defensive Terra type for Primarina. So there's the team right there. Our goal is to basically just use some really strong Pokemon all around and surprise the opponents with large bursts of damage. There is the team code if you want to try it out for yourself. And let's get to those games. And here we are with game number 1. By the way, I'm using a different recording setup, so if my mic sounds a little bit different or a little bit off, that is why. My main mic has been kind of giving me issues. I do intend to get a new microphone soon, but for right now I'm just trying different things to see if it works, so apologies if the audio is not perfect. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. We've got a Rain team here. They also have Tandemaus, which is, or is it Mousehold? I always forget which is which. Cute Pokemon, I really like it. I know it's pretty solid in doubles. In singles, you don't see it super often. However, it can be kind of scary. Now, as far as leads, I expect my opponent to lead with either Pelipper or Glimmora. Glimmora is a Pokemon I really don't like playing up against because it just feels like, you know, I'm kind of forcing them to get up hazards. And I do think Glimmora typically runs Focus Sash, so I really just don't like this setup. I kind of wonder if I lead Dragapult here. Just get off some damage. Actually, yeah, Dragapult is really solid against pretty much anything they might lead with. And then as far as that Basculegion goes, what else do we have here? Corviknight. Corviknight's really good. Corviknight can be good against Basculegion. And then finally, I think we're just going to go Porygon. I don't love it, in all honesty. I probably should have swapped to Terra Poison on Porygon. I think Terra Poison might be better in a lot of situations, but my thought process here is Basculegion is really scary in the rain with Swift Swim, and typically it'll run Last Respects, which does massive damage if it's the last Pokemon alive, or even if only one of their Pokemon has fainted. And so Porygon obviously can completely, you know, take 0 damage from Last Respects, although Porygon does not want to take a really powerful water type move. So either way, this is kind of scary. They do lead Pelipper though, which I'm happy about. I can just fire off a Thunderbolt here. They actually only have one Pokemon that resists it, and that Pokemon, Archildon, typically does not have a good special defense. So if I can go like Thunderbolt into like Shadow Ball or even possibly Draco Meteor, I could potentially get off massive damage. If they don't have Sashier, they're dead. Perfect, that's great. Yeah, Pelipper, I love Pelipper, by the way. Pelipper is like actually one of my favorite Pokemon. Definitely one of my favorite Gen 3 mons, but it's another Pokemon where when you play against it, it's kind of annoying. You know, if it survives a hit, it can do some annoying things with like Hurricane and stuff like that. So I'm kind of glad that I got it out of the way. They actually go right into Basculegion now. I think they're going to go Last Respects. I'm just going to go right into Porygon. I don't love this, but I think Corviknight is decently well positioned against the rest of their team as well. So if I happen to lose Porygon, Corviknight can potentially take over as like a good defensive check to a lot of their Pokemon. If they do go Last Respects here, that's great because I basically get a free turn. I get the attack boost, which is not great. That's great. They do go Last Respects. Now, of course, I am afraid of a follow-up water move, which in this case could be Wave Crash would do massive damage. Honestly, Wave Crash could just kill me here. Is it worth it to save Porygon or go right into Corviknight here? Well, I guess that's the same thing. Is it worth it to save Porygon, or is it worth it to keep Porygon in and let it die if possible? I'm just going to go Discharge. They do go Wave Crash. We might just die here. I do have Eviolite, but we barely survive it. Nice. Yeah, of course, I'm not invested in defense like most Porygons are. I think we might kill this now. Yeah, that's great. I think we might win this battle now. I don't want to get too cocky, though. Of course, if their last Pokemon's like Dragonite, it is definitely possible we could still lose if they like get lucky, set up a bunch of Dragon Dances. But they actually it looks like they have Arch I mean, Arch is another Pokemon that could kill us. They could go Power Shot. Is that what it's called? Electro Shot. I guess I go Shadow Ball here to... I mean, they're probably going to kill me here. They're probably going to go Electro Shot, which will likely kill me. Yeah. Of course, in Rain, Electro Shot does not take a turn to charge. So this is really good for them. They get to basically fire off a really, really powerful move while boosting their special defense, or I'm sorry, special attack. I'm all over the place today, but I had a little bit of like a migraine headache, so I think it's getting better, but yeah, that's why I'm kind of like all over the place. Now, Corviknight is max special defense. Of course, I mean, they're firing off electro shots left and right. Here's the thing, if I go Dragapult and my opponent has Sturdy, they could have Sturdy. Honestly, I feel like they probably do. Huh. Or Terra Fairy. Oh, I kind of feel like... Because if I go Corviknight, I think I need to stall out the Rain. I should have been paying attention to how many turns Rain has left. If their Pelipper had the what is it? The Rain Rock? The Damp Rock? Then that's pretty bad for me. Okay, this is the last turn of Rain. That is good to know. Because then if I go into Corviknight, I don't have to run the risk of like them using Electro Shot against me. I mean, if they don't have Terra Fairy and they don't have Sturdy, we could just win the game right here. But if they have either of those, that's gonna slow me down a lot. I mean, it's gonna depend on what their Terra type is. I kind of want to go Terra and go Shadow Ball, because I'm just afraid that they could be Terra Fairy, which would be awful for me. I mean, I run Terra Fairy on Arch. I don't know what the common typing is. Oh, I gotta make a decision. Oh, I'm gonna Shadow Ball. I did not Terrasilize. See, yeah, they are Terrasilizing. Yeah, Shadow Ball's just the safer one. If they go Terra Fairy, then I'm gonna be really happy that I did not go Draco Meteor. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Okay, yeah. I was leaning towards Draco Meteor. The only reason I clicked Shadow Ball was because I was already hovering over it and I was running out of time. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh my god, that takes it super well. Oh, and they have stamina. Okay, so this battle is obviously not over yet. Huh. Oh man, this is actually really bad. I think I actually lose. Rain runs out here. But, of course, once again, if they go for Electro Shot, it's going to take them 2 turns to charge. But I'm not sure that... They did get a drop in their special attack there with the Draco Meteor. Yeah, they're at -1 special attack. Oh, the Rain is still going. Oh, it was misleading. It said there was only 1 turn left. Now there's 3? Oh, man. All right. Well, then in that case, we have to Terrasilize. And I think we just got to try to get lucky with these Iron Heads. Yeah, that was misleading. Usually it says... I feel like it should have said that previous turn. It should have said there was like 4 out of 8 turns left. But it said there was 1 out of 5 turns left, so that was completely misleading. We have to do this just to survive an Electro Shot, which I'm sure we will do. However, I don't think we can survive 2. So unless we get lucky and kill them with this Iron Head, which I doubt, I think we're losing this game. And things were looking really good for us in the beginning. There's a lot of games like that where the opposite is true, where things start out really bad and then I'm able to kind of come back. Oh, we actually take that decently well. But they did get a special attack. Yeah, that's doing nothing. Man, and the stamina, yeah, this is so bad. I can't win. I need a crit here. Honestly, that's all I can hope for is a crit. And I might just die to this Electro Shock because now they're at neutral special attack. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Rain is tough. Rain with Arch is really good. I was more worried about Basculegion as the threat, so when I knocked that out early... Okay, let's hope for a crit. Let's hope for a crit. I'm holding my breath. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was more focused on Basculegion as a threat, so when I knocked that out early, I really felt like things were gonna go really, really well for me. But of course, yeah, Archaludon is a monster. Archaludon's just one of the best Pokemon in the game right now. At least in Battle Stadium singles, you should probably run it more. And it's really versatile. There's a lot of sets that it could run. That was an unfortunate one. You know, Rain is... I don't like seeing Rain, and I don't feel like my team is super well equipped to deal with Rain, but we'll keep going. Yeah, game 1 is an L, but that's fine. Let's go to game 2. All right, we have another game here. That one took a long time to find. I had to wait like 4 times for it to like run out the timer and say an opposing trainer couldn't be found. I don't know, that's the longest I think it's ever taken me to find a match. Anyways, team here is scary looking. Now they have Ribombee, or Ribs as I like to call it, which I've used in the past. I actually used somewhat recently, which is a good sticky web mon. And of course they have things like Typhlosion, Baxcalibur, Goldang. I mean, all of their Pokemon basically are Pokemon that are really, really powerful and yet not super fast. So each of them benefits greatly from having those sticky webs. So I do not like seeing that Ribombee. And again, I actually just don't think there's any way for me to prevent Ribombee from setting up sticky web. I think that they're going to be guaranteed to get sticky webs up, which is not nice. Corviknight, man, Corviknight's great against Hera, can be okay against Goldango. It can be good against Baxcalibur unless they're Terra Electric, which honestly is kind of likely. But then it's really bad against Typhlosion. Another reason why I want to bring Corviknight is because it's immune to sticky web. Not that it matters that much, but I do have a lot of fast Pokemon. I kind of want to just lead with Cinderace. Oh wow, whatever I do, I have to make it quick. Oh no, okay. I think it's gonna auto pick for me. Yikes. If it does, that means it'll probably bring Primarina, Cinderace, and Dragapult, which is really funny because I wanted to bring Cinderace and Dragapult anyway, but my last choice would probably not have been Primarina. I mean, Primarina's fine here. It's actually not that bad, especially if they lead Typhlosion, since Typhlosion likes to go Eruption. But they do lead with that shiny Ribombee, which looks really cool. They're gonna get up those sticky web. I think I just fire off like a Moonblast here, yeah. Moonblast or Aria. Moonblast does more damage. Yeah, I think Moonblast, they only have, well, they have 2 Pokemon that are immune, or sorry, 2 Pokemon that resist Moonblast, but then they also have like 2 Pokemon that resist Sparkling Aria, so, you know, it goes either way. Yeah, we're just gonna go Moonblast here. This might take it to the Sash. Yeah, it does. If they are smart and they know about Calcs, I mean, I don't know I don't know much about Calcs myself, but I was gonna say, it's possible that they know that I'm Choice Specs depending on that damage. But Ribombee is not a strong Pokemon, so, you know, it's possible that I would have taken it down to the Sash even without the Choice Specs, but again, there's also that chance that my opponent knows that I'm Choice Specs. Either way, they go for Stun Spore, which is interesting. Of course, Primarina does not care about being paralyzed because it's already pretty much slower than their whole team. And honestly, Stun Spore is a weird move to have on Ribombee, especially when they're running Sticky Web, since my team is going to be slower anyway thanks to those Sticky Web. But Ribombee's also a Pokemon that just does not have much of any, like, it does not have, oh, that's really cool. It does not have a lot of options, basically, so you kind of take what you can get with Ribombee. But they go Heracross. They know they're going to be faster. They might Terra here, which they do. If I lose Primarina, I don't mind. A worst case scenario would be if they go for like Swords Dance and like Terra Fire or something. They're actually Terra Grass, so it looks like they're going to go for Bullet Seed, which probably will destroy me. I could have predicted that and gone for the Terra Fire, which I actually might do now. We'll see how this turn plays out. Okay, luckily we do not get fully paralyzed. Wow, that's massive damage. All right, I think I'm gonna roll the dice here and go Terra Fire, because I expect them to go Bullet Seed. They might also go, what, Pin Missile or Mega Horn? Because they're not gonna go Close Combat unless they predict this. Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna go, oh, they go Trailblaze, okay. If I don't get fully paralyzed here, this is absolutely huge for me. Yes, okay, perfect. That would have been a nightmare. I mean, I'm getting pretty lucky here, hitting, you know, breaking through paralysis 3 times, but hey, you know, that's what Hacks does, right? It's good and bad. You take and you give and you take, I guess, or it gives and it takes. But we're in a really good position now, especially if their last Pokemon is weak to Moonblast, like if it's Baxcalibur. Of course, also my opponent cannot Terrastalize now. However, if it is Baxcalibur and they start setting up Dragon Dances, we could be in a lot of trouble. Their last Pokemon is Goldango. I think I have to switch here. They could set up Nasty Plots. I'm gonna go Cinderace. Honestly, if they set up a nasty plot, we could be in a lot of trouble. But I don't know. If they're Covert Cloak, I don't know. This could be really bad. If I lose to a single Goldango, dude, I'd be so mad. Trick. Wow. Is it? If it's Scarf, I'm gonna laugh. Is it Scarf? What? That's so weird. Well, the funny thing is they basically just neutralized themselves. They basically ruined it for themselves. I mean, I guess they maybe didn't expect me to switch, but now they have a choice band. I think I win here, right? Beautiful. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. That was a weird ending to this game because my opponent was playing pretty well and I was honestly terrified. And that's how volatile it is. I mean, honestly, that's how volatile Battle Stadium singles can be, but you know, one small difference. If I get fully paralyzed, my opponent could very well just win that game. So that's actually just terrifying. Yeah. Tricking the amulet. I mean, amulet coin doesn't do anything. Did they forget to remove that, or what was going on there? I don't know. Well, unfortunately, since it's taking so long to find battles, I think that's going to be the last battle for today. I know I've been really meaning to just kind of get back to my usual recording where it's like 3 battles in a video. I know the last few, including this one, have had just 2 battles, and I really want to get back to doing 3. But like I said, I'm kind of running out of time for the day, but also I don't know why it's been taking so long to find battles today. So I'm going to grind out, you know, for the rest of the season, and I'll probably try to record one more video and post that sometime this week so I can get back to like at least 2 videos a week, which I'm really looking forward to. But here's the team once again, and I like this team. You know, I think this team covers a lot of bases really well. I think if anything can change, it's small things, because every Pokemon feels like it has its uses. You know, I think if I spend a lot more time kind of really breaking things down, maybe there's a certain Pokemon I'm weak against. But I really kind of ran it through, like imagining or envisioning a lot of the most common Pokemon in the meta, and I feel like I have an answer to almost everything. So, you know, that's kind of the premise of the team, and I mean, each of these individual Pokemon is very good, so that's kind of where I want it to be. Like I said, if I'm going to make changes to this one, it would probably be in maybe some EVs here or there, maybe an item, maybe some moves that they know, but I do like this team a lot, so definitely try it out for yourself and let me know in the comments how it's doing for you. Let me know in the comments if, of course, there are any Pokemon you'd like to see me build around. You know, these are all the teams that I ended up using for this first regulation, or this new regulation, I guess, for this first month of it. And honestly, I still love this team. I think if I tweaked this team a little bit, like I love Golurk, but Golurk maybe isn't quite there yet, and I think Hydreigon, maybe that set could be a little different, but the Whimsicott Staraptor combo was just so good. I was even playing some games off screen, and yeah, it's just great. I love it. Sinistcha is awesome. Espathra's cool. Samurot's pretty good. You know, Toxtricity is awesome. I love me some Honchkrow, even though maybe it didn't do that great in this video. And then this team is super annoying with the Scovillain and Cinccino. So, you know, if you're interested in any of these teams, check the description or check the end of the video. You know, I definitely have links to all of my previous videos, and each of these has a team code as well, so you can try them out for yourself. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like I said, my goal is to get right back to doing as many videos as possible each week, because this meta has been a lot of fun. You know, I'm still, I feel like there's still so many Pokemon that I want to try out. Oops. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and do that. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments if there are any Pokemon you'd like to see me try, and I will see you next time. So please have a great day, have a great week. Hope everything goes well for you, and if I'm posting this, I think I'm probably posting this on Monday, but happy October. October is right around the corner. I said October. October. Okay, sorry. Please forget I said that.